everyone, I'm Yuvan from class DAM 3B. My metric number is 23 DAM 20 F1039. Today in this presentation, me and my partner Kritharan would like to describe our service with few elements that have to use. They are features, characteristics, functions, applying values and solution about Google Meet. Without wasting time, let's go into the topic. These are the main three features of Google Meet. First is record a mic and camera chat. An explanation: Google Meet has excellent tools for checking your camera and microphone before you joining a call. In fact, it's one of the most true AV checks we've seen in a free video calling app. Before you join any call, even one that you host, Google Meet shows a preview of your video. At the bottom, there is a button that says check your audio and video. When you click that button, you see the input and output sources for your audio, microphone and camera, and you can change them if you need. Then, when you click or press next, the app gives you an option to record a short video of yourself speaking that you can play back continuously. The second point for the Google Meet features is change or blur your background. For your privacy or just for fun, you can change what appears behind you on a Google Meet call. Some apps call this feature a virtual background. With Google Meet, you can blur the background lightly or heavily, choose a background image from the app's library or upload one of your own. Furthermore, to change your background before joining a meeting, click to join a meeting and look for the Change Background button on the preview screen. Then choose whether to blur your background, pick an image or add an image. If you're creating an instant meeting, you won't see the preview screen, but you can always change your background during a meeting. Click the third stacked dots in the lower right corner and select Change Background. The third feature is mute participants. We have the power to mute other participants, which allows us to control unwanted noise and interruptions. To mute a participant, open the meeting details panel, which appears on the right side of the screen. It's the icon of a person's head and shoulders. When you mouse over it, it says show everyone. You can tell who's noisy by looking for activity in the three horizontal dots next to their name and profile picture. Click those three dots and an option to mute them appears.
Following this, next content is characteristic. Importantly, there are three characteristics about Google Meet. First is turn on captioning. For turn on captioning, Google Meet has automatic captioning in English, French, German, Portuguese, Brazilian, and Spain. When turned on captioning, we can see a translation of what each person says on the screen. It's not foolproof, but it works better than you might expect. The option appears at the bottom of the screen. If you don't see it, just jiggle your cursor and it should appear. When you first enable captions, your default language will appear, and if you click on it, you can switch to another self-portrayed language. Moreover, next point is to change the layout. Depending on what kind of call you are on, you may want to see everyone at once or just the person speaking. Change the display of people's faces by clicking the three stacked dots in the lower right corner and choosing Change Layout. The options are: firstly, Auto, meaning the app picks the layer for you. Secondly, Tile, which puts everyone's window or as many as you can fit on screen at once. You might have heard of it as gallery views in other apps. Thirdly, Spotlight, which dynamically shows whoever is speaking at the moment. Fourth, Sidebar, which puts the active speaker in last central window and shows everyone else in smaller tiles on the right. There is also a slide bar to adjust how many faces you can see on the screen once in different views. Don't want to see your own face? Click the removal icon on your own window or in the tiny preview of your video in the upper right corner. In conclusion, the last point is troubleshoot a poor connection. Google gives a few ways to potentially improve a lousy connection. First, You can downgrade the quality of the video and audio from high definition or automatic to standard. It usually causes the video to look grainier, but it also typically helps resolve problems related to a poor connection. Click the three deck dots in the bottom right and choose Settings. Navigate to the video, where it says Send Resolution and Receive Resolution. Change them to the standard definition, it is 360p. Another option is to check computer's internet connection and CPU usage, which Google Meet has built into the app. Click the three stack dot, choose Troubleshooting and Help. You should see the two icons, one for network stability and one for system load. Additionally, you get two real-time bar graphs that give you more insight. Follow the tips here to improve the connection.
Now I'm gonna talk about the functions of Google Meet. They are video conferences, presentation, and G-Site integration. On video conferences, to start your meeting, you will simply share a link. There will be no accounts, plugins, downloads, or hassles if you're already into the Google ecosystem and signed into a browser like Chrome. People can click on a link from Google Calendar, an email invite, or an HOC share. And if you're dialing in from a conference room, your laptop, or a dedicated mobile app, it's just a few clicks and you're in. Next function is presentations. Meet offers native full screen presentation, which makes it easily to showcase your team's projects. Although the sharing options are as dynamic as those you'll find in Zoom, although there is the useful option to share a single Chrome tab. Last function is G-Site integration. G-Site is Google package of cloud-based services that can provide your company or school with a new way to work together online. You get a domain name and access to Gmail, Calendar, Drive, and other G-Site services like Meet. For G-Site Enterprise customers, each meeting has a dedicated dial-in phone number.
In addition, these are the three appealing values of Google Meet. It is easier to use, using Meet beyond distance learning, and more engaging and inclusive for all types of learners. An explanation to easier to use, make it easier to connect with students while presenting. We recently rolled out a refresh Meet experience that allows you to see your presentation content and student at the same time. You can unpin your presentation or minify yourself fit to see more of your students on the call, and names are always visible so you can see who's who. You can also use different layer options to customize what you want to focus on. We also recently announced that meeting is not initiated from classroom will soon start supporting multiple hosts, making it easier for you to partner with other people helping manage a class. You will be able to choose co-hosts in meetings, and all the meetings hosts will have access to safety controls. Multiple hosts will be rolling out in the coming month. Afterwards, the next point is using Meet beyond distance learning. We have been inspired to see how educators are using Meet to improve the student learning experience, professional development, and engage their whole school community. As the needs of school community change, Meet will keep adapting to help people teach, learn, and stay connected. Finally, the last point is more engaging and inclusive for all types of learners. Recently launched an improved hand-raise icon sound so students can participate it be even more confident and teachers can more easily see and hear who raised their hands. People who raise their hand show up in the grid and there is a persistent notification so you can see how many people raise their hand in what order. And once a student with raise their hand is done talking, their hand automatically lowers. For educators with teaching and learning upgrade for Education Plus, we are introducing features that take engagement and inclusivity to the next level. Later this year, Meet will offer live translate caption. With live translation enabled, you can listen to someone speaking on language and see real-time captions in another language. We expect this will especially helpful in multilingual classroom, or when meeting with parents who speak different languages.
The solutions that Google Meet can offer is unlimited number of meetings. In this, we can connect with anyone we want such as co-workers, clients, classmates as often as you like. We also can invite up to 100 participants to a meeting if you are using the free version of Google Meet. Anyone you invite will need to sign in with a Google account to join the meeting for added security.
Next solution is easy to set up and easy to manage. In just minutes, you can set up Meet hardware and connect with your team, whether they are on another floor or in another country. Serious on hardware can self-diagnose any issues and automatically update the firmware to the latest version, guaranteeing the best video experience. Remote device monitoring and management make it easier for administration to stay in control.